Okay. So who are we? What's the deal?
All right, well, I'm Courtney Gilmour.
Yeah.
I'm a comedian.
I'm Dena Jackson. I'm also a comedian.
And I'm Marito Lopez. I am a poppy. I'm a dancer.
You're
I'm a comic. I'm a whatever, you know? I'm just a spick on a speck.
Well, good introduction. I like that.
Yeah, cool.
And we're in a collective.
Called PHAT ARTIST. I feel like we've been friends for a long time, but each of us in the past year or two have sort of like overcome different afflictions, maybe mental health stuff, depression, addiction, and now we're on the other side of it and we're thinking like, oh, there's hope for people who are suffering and who want to be an artist and think that they have to be a starving artist, right? Like that's the glamorization that we're in, and I think PHAT ARTIST is like the opposite of that. Like, oh, we've been there, but we know something. We know that you're actually able to be thriving and energetic and happy and also do what you want and perform and all that stuff. So it's really cool.
And there's no limitations.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I feel like being an artist, especially in Canada, there's always this wall, this like roof, this ceiling that it's like, okay, well, I'm here. Now I gotta go.
Yeah.
Right? Or now I can't do anything else. And it's like, no, fuck that. Like, believe that you can do more than this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't have to be broke. You don't have to be eating whack groceries because you think that's what we've been told forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we have to eat like whack shit, microwave stuff. And it's like, no, man.
Anything that's microwave is garbage.
Go
need the microwave.
Go home and make lentils.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You could do that shit, for real.
Yeah.
It's true.
You know, we know people who say the only way to success is to like hustle and grind, 5-6 times a night. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that, but I find that we romanticize that so much that we deprive ourselves of like taking care of ourselves and like being happy and we tell ourselves that we can't it's only action and it's not up here, it's not in your mind. And I think that's backwards.
100%.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest things I've learned through my journey is that if I'm not taking care of myself, there's nothing.
Yeah,
there's
you got
no
nothing
life.
to give.
If I'm not living life, I got nothing to talk about. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like when I went to rehab and to treatment, it taught me, it's like, yo, you have to take care of yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And I see myself now as like a vessel. Right, to do the universe's work, God's work, whatever. And if I'm not taking care of this, I'm not taking care of what's inside, what's outside, then I'm just being destructive, and that's helping nobody.
Yeah.
Totally.
And I think that this relates to, there's some kind of a belief that life has to be struggle for you to get somewhere, to achieve something. And I think that that's backwards. I think that you can enjoy life along the way. Of course, there's going to be hard things. Of course, you're going to have to work for things. No one's saying that you don't, but it doesn't have to be a struggle the whole way through. And you can definitely celebrate your successes, right? You can be like, hey, I did this thing. Isn't that great? I worked hard on it, and now I want to celebrate it instead of hiding it and being like, oh, I'm ashamed, I'm gloating, I'm bragging if I talk about it.
Yeah.
There's a difference between struggle and hustle. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like hustle, like go out there, work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like put your elbow grease in everything that you do.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, man. Like, we don't have to like continue to be self-deprecating and so negative. I get it. That happens in this world. That happens in this industry.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's not an obligation. We don't have to be this way. We don't have to be anxiety-filled. We don't have to always be so down on ourselves. It's like, no, man, shine. Like, we've been given this gift, and you got to shine with it. Like, you got to go out there and do your thing.
What can people look out for on our channel? And like, what kind of stuff are we going to be putting out for them?
Yeah. How long have you been sober, Marito?
Well, I've been sober for 2.5 years.
Congrats.
Nice.
There's still moments where I want to have a drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's been moments where I've had a drink. And it's a crazy journey that I disvalue how powerful sobriety is. Do you know what I mean? And how hard it is. Right? So that's what I want to like get into. Is like, yo, man, a lot of this shit is so special and so amazing, but it's fucking hard. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and it's made me like a stronger, more like firm man, but it's also made me very sensitive. in the sense of like it's opening up wounds
Yeah.
that I never even knew were there.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting, and like that's what I'm gonna get into is like I want to help people who honestly want to stop not just drinking or doing drugs, but just a habit that they don't want in their lives anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I like that. I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah.
I also teach yoga and meditation in addition to comedy. It's kind of like my yin and yang, kind of keeps me balanced. And so I'm going to be talking about the philosophy of yoga and how you can apply it to your life. Now, I know some people are like, yoga, you know what I mean? Not my thing. And that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to do any of the practices, any of the poses. You don't need to. But some of the philosophies are really cool, you know? Like there's stuff behind it that when I was doing my training, I was like, if I ever have a kid, I want them to learn this. Not to teach it, but just so they know. Because it's pieces of life that I feel like I missed growing up, you know? And I feel like if I had access to a channel like this or a class that connects me with some of the spirituality, some of this mental health stuff, I would be in a much better understanding of a lot of this. So yeah, I plan on talking about that stuff. It's gonna be fun.
Sweet. So cool. And I'm going to be talking about self-love and mindfulness, how to pursue your art and not feel like you can't also be happy and satisfied and joyful, how to change your thoughts. I know we all struggle with negative thoughts and negative self-talk. A lot of people ask me, well, how do I pursue my dreams and be full-time? How do I act as if I am living my best life while I have bills coming in? Like, how do I manage my money? How do I expect good things to happen? So sort of like rewiring your brain and little things that you can do every day to just sort of reset your energy, reset your self-confidence and head for that right track and feel like, oh, I can wake up and like be so excited that I'm living this life and pursuing my art. So
Fuck yeah.
cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fat.
Fat.
Fat artist.
Fat artist. Fat spirit.
That's right.
Fat ass.
Fat
Fat
ass.
spirit ass.
Little dick.
Yeah.
Tiny dick.
So small.
Thanks for watching Fat Artist. Make sure you like and subscribe to our videos.
And don't forget to hit the notifications button.
And don't forget to stay fat.